Hi guys, this is Dr. Khan. Hope you guys are all doing well, and this reaches you on all levels of positivity. Today I'm going to be speaking to you about that feeling of not feeling good enough. That feeling of not feeling good enough. We've all had that feeling sometime in our life and may still have that feeling on some levels. I'm going to talk about where does that come from, that feeling, extreme levels of it, milder levels of it, and the solution. How to stop that feeling or at least fight it. So, codependency. It stems from our not innate, but our programming that tells us to be codependent to societal demands, cultural demands, and family upbringing. As I've mentioned in many of my videos, recordings, that society teaches us to be codependent on everything else. Codependent, and that's how society works. Think about consumerism, right? Think about media. It's always telling us to buy something, do something in order for our life to be fulfilled. But again, at the end of the day, we can be happy individuals regardless of outside demands. Okay? So again, codependency is taught by society, and particularly it stems in family life, where our parents are living out their programming of codependency. So children are never seen, never validated. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so our parents, particularly the mother, too busy living out her programming. So she might have been taught by her cultural programming that she needs to cook and clean or whatever it is that she needs to be doing. The father might have been taught by society's demands and cultural demands to be earning money, living a life that he needs to find his self-worth outside himself, again due to the programming. And so the children are left behind, never seen, never validated, and they that's where that it develops that, oh man, my mother doesn't even notice me, my father doesn't even really notice me, uh, so I maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not good enough. So that's where it particularly stems from. So there's extreme levels and then there's milder levels. What do I mean by extreme levels? Extreme levels, those are individuals who join gangs, individuals who become drug addicts. Again, they're looking for validation outside of themselves. That feeling of, oh, I am good enough, or some kind of feeling that they feel alive. So there's that. Then there's a very extreme level where there's suicide. Individuals who try to kill themselves because they absolutely don't feel like they're good enough. Alcoholism. There's individuals who drop out of high school or some kind of educational institution because they don't feel like they're good enough. So those are extreme levels. On a milder level, you might feel it, but you're not even aware of it. When, let's say, you're tipping somebody and you tip, let's say, a masseuse or a waitress or waiter, and you're like, oh, nah, I don't feel good enough. I just give him 15%. If I give him like 20, I should be able to give him 25%. I'm not good enough. Or you feel like, okay, you're starting a new job role or a new career, and you just feel like a con artist, like you're fake. I'm not good enough. I'm not doing it right. uh, Sometimes you might feel I'm not good enough when you try to go shop at a designer store. You might not even go in because you're like, oh, you know what? They're gonna look at me the wrong way. I'm not good enough. So it affects your life on many levels. Eating at a cafe and you pass by and you see everyone dressed very extremely elegantly, and you're like, I'm not gonna go in there. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not dressed well enough. Again, that feeling of not good enough. Sometimes you might have the white complex. Okay, I don't have the blonde hair and blue eyes, so again, I'm not good enough. So you might be next to somebody who's white, and you might be a minority. And again, as society teaches you, because to live by ideals, and again makes you codependent on others and others' validation. So again, that can be planted inside that, hey, you know what? On one level, like, hey, you don't have blonde hair, you don't have blue eyes, you're not white, you're not good enough. So again, that's another level of programming. So what's the solution? There's 3 solutions. Number 1, first of all, identify exactly when you feel like you're not feeling good enough. That's the solution, number 1. Identify when that happens. Identify those. Okay, list it. Secondly, peel those labels off. Peel those labels. Be aware of those, the demands that society puts on you. So start becoming aware of those labels. Peel them, peel them, peel them. Okay? Doesn't matter if, you know, you're the president or you're a police officer. You're still human behind it, right? So peeling those labels off. Furthermore, you want to remember that everyone's human. So it doesn't matter if you're the president of the United States of America or you're a janitor. You all have red blood. You have blood. You all excrete the same way. And all of us are going to be, regardless of how much we make, how much money we have in our bank, we're all going to be buried in dirt. So reminding yourself that, again, peeling the layer. Oh, we're all human at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if you have that degree or if you have that much money or if you have blonde hair and blue eyes. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we're all human, created by God. Lastly, this is very extremely crucial. You want to remember that I am good enough. God loves me, and God took his time to create me. So once you understand that, internalize that, no one can break your spirit. They'll try. Society will try. People will try to make you feel like you're not good enough. But if you remind yourself like, hey, I'm human just like you, regardless of what title or what uniform you wear, we're all human. I'm awesome. You're awesome. And it doesn't matter what label you have. It doesn't matter what society tells me what's right and what's wrong. Because at the end of the day, I know I am good enough. So reminding yourself that. Okay, guys, I hope this was helpful. This was just to remind you that, hey, don't let those feelings of not feeling good enough come in your way to reach your goals and to live the authentic life that you should be living, because you're awesome. And live a life of happiness, because we were created to be happy. We were created to be happy, to fulfill our roles, created with a purpose. Go do it. And be aware of yourself. Know exactly when that happens. And compensate it with, I am good enough. God loves me. God took his time to create me. I am awesome. And that's it. All right, guys. Hope this was helpful. Take care. Bye.